Hi, I'm Summer Glasure, and here's a look into a day in the life as a teacher here at Weir High School. It is known that teachers form minds and create future professionals. Without them, no one will guide young minds toward their destined path. They play the biggest role in human growth physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally. In the eyes of society, teachers are given special appreciation. They are respected not only because they educate the youth, but also how tough and critical their job can be for a day. Now, let's take a closer look at what a day for a teacher is like.
I'm Mr. Kettler, and I teach civics and AP Gov.
Mrs. Johnston, and I teach art.
I'm Sherry Langthorne. I teach English 11 and 12 and AP language.
My name is Elisa Hanna. I teach math. Right now I'm teaching algebra support, algebra and geometry, and next semester I will be doing geometry, test prep, and algebra.
My day-to-day, normally, I live an hour away, so I normally wake up about 5 o'clock, get ready. The goal is to leave the house around 6 or no later than 10 after 6, so that I can get here. Drive to school for an hour, get here around 7 o'clock, get things ready for the day, anything printed that needs to be printed, um, those kind of things. Here till 2:30ish. Leave and go to the gym, and then do the 45-minute drive home, eat dinner, and then typically just kind of sit back and relax.
My day-to-day goes that we start out with a project, and generally the kids are working on the project independently, and I wander around and make sure that they have all the answers they need, or if they need any help with creating the project. But it's a very chill day for the most part.
We do lessons that are daily lessons. Sometimes based on the questions that the kids have, we digress and we move into something else for a couple of days, depending on your interest.
A typical work day is I'll get up early enough to exercise, let my dogs out, probably throw a load of laundry in, then get cleaned up, ready for work. I try to be here around 6:30. I don't always make it that early before the buses. And right now I have planning first block, so I get a lot of work done first block, then I go about teaching. Next semester, starting next week, I actually have planning at the end of the day, so I'm excited about that.
I can't really speak on the other departments. I'm not really sure, how they get along or whatever. But I think something that makes the social studies department, um, it's a great environment to work with those people because we all get along. I think we all have the same goals when it comes to um, building those relationships with students and educating students. And we just have a great working environment and great communication.
Departments. My department differs that I'm the only art teacher. I am my department, so I don't really have to meet up with anybody else. Um, but it's less structured than most classes. A lot of my kids are working, again, independently, so it's a little more free. You can talk, you can get up, you can move around, get your own thing, where a lot of classes are more strict and regimented.
I think we're the coolest department there is.
Departments.
Well, the math and English department always has to be in meetings for test scores and what we can do to help you guys do better on your test scores. The other departments really don't have that. They don't analyze questions or try to figure out what's lacking, what we need to teach.
Trying to relate to them, trying to relate the content to them, make the connection between their everyday lives.
I try to make sure that I'm always complimenting them on what they're getting right, and then trying to help them in ways that doesn't make them feel that I'm demeaning their work.
By learning their interests, I try to get to know each of you as much as I can and try to make it interesting for you based on what you already like.
I often throw candy at them to make sure they're paying attention and will catch and not get hit by the candy so they can catch. A lot of extra credit, homework passes, get to sit where you want on good days.
Rewarding, I think, seeing growth of students not only from like the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester, but not only academically but also in life as people are preparing for college or the workforce or military.
Fulfilling. I like working with high school kids because every day is something different and it's fun to see what you guys come up with.
Unpredictable. You never know what each day is going to bring.
Adventurous and very different from day to day.
I'm a big sports guy, so I have season tickets for like WV football. Try to also go to as many WV basketball games as possible. And then in the summer, even though they are terrible, I go to a ton of Pirate games as well.
I like to go hiking. I go with my dog and my husband, and we go hiking through the woods. It's fun.
I do medieval reenactment. I like to build things out of salvaged materials like landscaping.
I like to read. I like to walk, exercise, play with my dogs.
And that's a wrap on the day in the life of a teacher. Even though teachers have many different ways of teaching, it's clear that all teachers care and want to see their students succeed.